So, Claudia, I've been getting a lot of calls from people about Social Security disability, and I'm sure you have as well. What advice would you give them as far as building a good foundation for a Social Security case?
That's a very good question. I think one of the things that people should keep in mind is that they do need to be in treatment for all disabling conditions. Social Security makes decisions based upon medical evidence. Therefore, any allegations of disability must be supported in the medical evidence.
Okay. I mean, I've had a lot of them ask me, does this mean I need to go to the doctor every week or, every month? How do you respond to that?
So it depends on the condition. I guess the best way to start is always seek treatment by a specialist. So if you have a mental health condition, seek treatment from a psychiatrist and a therapist, and that will likely be once a month with a psychiatrist, once a week at least with a therapist. If it's an orthopedic case, get treatment by an orthopedist, and depending on the condition, the specialist will recommend a certain frequency. So it's important to always follow the doctor's recommendations. However, it is important that you see a doctor, I would say at the very least every 3 months, just so that there's documentation of how your condition is doing.
Okay. So in sum, basically, to build a good claim or to start building a good foundation for a claim, you need to seek treatment, get your diagnosis, and make sure that there's a paper trail.
That's correct. And make sure that your doctors are aware of all your complaints. So for instance, if you were a construction worker and you have, of course, trouble lifting heavy objects, that's fine, but don't leave out the more minor things, such as if you have trouble sitting. Oftentimes for people, especially if they're young, they do have to prove they can't do any work in the national economy, so it's important not to focus only on the requirements of your job when discussing your restrictions with your doctors.
So discuss all of your limitations.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I've had some people, I've looked through medical records before and have seen people say things. The doctor will say, well, how are you feeling today? And the patient or the client says, I'm fine. And, I always find that interesting because if they're fine, what are they doing in the doctor's office? Why do you need Social Security disability? So really, transparency with your treating physician is extremely important.
Absolutely. That's a very good point.
Okay. Well, thanks, Claudia.
Thank
I'm sure
you.
everybody's loving to hear all that.
Thank you.